Hello, I am Kim DeStefano. I'm a transformation and meditation coach, and I'm going to take this opportunity today to talk to you about acceptance. I was going to do it much more specific to weight loss, accepting where we are physically and on the level of weight that we have, which it does apply to, but I want to talk to it on a much more, on a much broader level, because there's so much power in accepting. And there's so much resistance in us to accept situations. I think on a society level, we're not really taught to accept each other or ourselves, or accept things that aren't up to a standard that we feel is appropriate and not appropriate. And we're kind of denying ourselves the power of acceptance. And I think some of the reasons why we don't always accept ourselves or accept each other is we kind of think that accepting something means that we're saying it's okay. If I accept it, then I'm saying that it's okay. Or if I accept my weight the way it is, I'm kind of resigning to my weight being what it is, and then I won't do anything about it. And that's not true. We also might not accept something because we'll think, if I accept this as it is, then I'm just sort of copping out, or I'm letting it go, or I'm letting it be. And we sometimes, even on an unconscious level mostly, we think that by judging something as wrong or bad or not what we want, and holding it in that space is what is the driver or the motive to changing something or forcing something to be different. And we're really missing a huge opportunity in this life that we have to enjoy that space that acceptance can bring. So to accept yourself, if you're looking at it from the perspective of weight, to accept yourself at the weight that you currently are, what that does is it just ends the mental commentary. That line of those streams of thought of how this happened, why this happened, how did I get here, I'm a this or I'm a that, and I look horrible, and those pants don't fit, and genuine acceptance can cut that right off. And that's a powerful thing to do for yourself, because all that mental commentary, all that judgment, all that takes enormous amounts of effort and energy, and it exhausts us. And we could be using that to create something better. So to fully accept where you are is saying, okay, this is what it is. Somehow, some way, maybe my fault, maybe not my fault. My circumstances are my circumstances. I'm not really happy with them. So I accept that this is where I am, and I'm going now to take steps to change that. And that's more about the power of acceptance. It will give you the space and the opportunity to make those changes and make those shifts without all that mental commentary that we generally have when we don't accept something. So if we're going to go ahead and look at it through the process of weight, accepting where you're at and accepting who you are in the moment, and accepting who you actually are on a deeper level, those are really powerful. And it's not something that we're really taught how to do. So it's something that we have to kind of cultivate within ourselves, and it's definitely a worthwhile endeavor. Acceptance of ourselves can then lead to acceptance of situations and acceptance of others, and allow people to have their processes and be where they are without constantly in that state of judgment or condemnation. And to give ourselves that freedom for ourselves is quite the gift. It's liberating. That doesn't mean that when you do go into a place of acceptance that you're not going to want to still make changes, because you're going to want to still make those changes. You'll just do it from a different, you'll have a different power or force within you that'll be driving you. It's not like that, how'd you do this and why'd you do this and how'd this happen? It would be more of a cultivating and a manifesting and a tapping into a genuine power that's there. And that is far more effective and far more powerful and far more enjoyable as a state of being, as a way to create and manifest for yourself. And it makes it much more enjoyable for the people around you too. Also, another reason to do it is when you can accept yourself, other people around you will have the space to accept you as well. It's very difficult for people, most people aren't very conscious about their interactions or their flows, not very conscious that a lot of times the feelings that they'll have about somebody else is that they're picking up on that person's feeling about themselves, or a feeling that they may be holding in their space. So by you accepting yourself, you create an opportunity for other people to accept you as well. And even if they're for whatever reason not able to, you'll be okay that they can't, because you will be accepting you. And yeah, that's my talk for today. And I did create a meditation for this. You can access it on my website as yourtransformationisart.com. And what the meditations do is I found that the way to do the meditations is to really access that grace and that power that's there, the force and the power and the beauty of what acceptance is. And it can help move out much of what you're not wanting in your own experience. So I hope you have a wonderful day and much warmth to you, and thank you for your time.